Good morning, friends. Good morning, loyal audience, for into my world tirade and ranting center. So this video is for the Dutch people or the Dutch government, the Netherlands. I made advices before about you either joining the war with Ukraine, preventing the lizard eye cabal of Moscow from making it to your country in Ukraine, or you can wait until they're on your territory and then it's too late. I made this point way back, like a year ago almost, maybe just a little bit less than that. I made the point to also the Swedes and those who think they're neutral. There's no such thing as neutrality anymore. The purpose has been, and I said so before, the purpose has been of Putin invading all of Europe has been made known by now by their regime, right? So there's no question to that fact anymore. But here's the deal for the Netherlands about the F-16s. I made this point again. You can either fight them now in Ukraine, or you can fight them later on your territory, if that's what you wish. This is what that means. Netherlands is already part of that war. Part and parcel of that war. You supported Ukraine with 200 Stinger anti-aircraft missile, and that's boiling like a cauldron of heat in the hearts and minds of the Pustalinins and that cabal in Moscow. Why? Because that was very effective. They Russian military doctrine depends completely on mass destruction of civilian areas by way of unhampered airplanes, standoff weapons, and you came and helped in disabling that tactic or that means that which they have. You know what happened in Syria and Chechnya and Afghanistan and Central African Republic. I told you this before. Putin and company and Ayatollahs, his brothers, right? And above them, you know who in the Middle East, right? They look upon you, Germanics and Scandinavians, just like they look upon the Sunnis. So you're no longer neutral to this war. That's you, Netherlands. That's you, Scandinavia. That's you, Germanic people. You're no longer neutral. I bet you money. Here's what it is. I bet you money that the German establishment was waiting because the plan was for Putin to come through, sweep through Ukraine, Poland, and then Germany. That establishment was going to surrender to him easily and run away to probably fly to Canada or somewhere, or get caught and disappear in some nice house in Ural Mountains, or like South Africa or Tel Aviv, or maybe Tehran. Maybe they're religious. I don't know. Case in point is this point is still standing. It has not vanished or diminished. Maybe I lack the power of expression, but the power of ideas are here. You cannot wait, folks. You can now maximize the chances of Ukraine of defeating this evil, right? This evil in Moscow by not just sending the F-16s, send the pilots with it as well. You fly your own Air Force in Ukraine against Russia. You may say, you don't want war, right? You don't want problems. You're already part of it. You're already part of it. You already gave Ukraine something very lethal called Stinger missiles, I think 200 of them. And you know what they're coming to do in your country. So you cannot sit back anymore, relax, get back and relax and drink, probably I don't know, schnapps or whatever it is. And you know what, fuck them. Excuse my language, right? Ukraine is already defeated them. Folks, so long that regime is still in Moscow, their purpose is to come your way. That's it, folks. There was a history, deletion or erasure of the old history as it existed in Europe, and there was a new one to be established. Nothing short or parallel to the Communist Revolution and the Ayatollah Revolution and the Cuba Revolution and the Chinese Revolution. But this one was going to really do away with you because they neutralized you, that European and Germanics and Scandinavians, they neutralized you in the last century, and now they were coming to basically just do the final erasure. What are you waiting on? Send the airplanes now, those F-16. You're already part of this war. If they come your way, they're not going to stand on your borders and say, oh, these Netherlands are not Russians, right? They're not going to stand and wait. They're not going to accommodate your request of neutrality. No. They're just going to drive all the way to the Atlantic. That's it, and they will do a job on you. Uh, Same thing goes for other Scandinavian countries, Germanic countries. That's what it is, folks. Look, I mean, what happened in Ukraine is a miracle, right? Is a miracle. And you should be thankful that this has happened in Ukraine. Otherwise, believe me, Netherlands will be no more, Germany will be no more, Scandinavia will be no more, all these countries, because they, they don't like this idea of Europe anymore. They want to subdue it just like they subdued the Russians before. Look at the Russians, they're a bunch of animals, right? They were, good people way in the past, right? But they're no longer the same. Now they loot down jetliners. You Netherlands, Dutch people know that firsthand, right? Your families were looted after they were shut down over Donetsk, right? Remember? Look, you're already part of that war. Now you may say, look, NATO and EU is going to say no. Fuck them. They're not going to come and defend you if Russia makes it all the way to your land. Send the airplanes. And the pilots, don't wait on training the Ukrainian pilots. You fly those airplanes and start dumping on those Russians now. You have no idea what's coming your way. What's coming your way has already come your way in the last century, but it faltered. Why? Because they failed in Afghanistan, right? And they had a lot of problems and so on. Now they will do the same thing as they did the rape of Berlin and the firestorm of Germany, and they will make sure. They will make sure you Germanics, I don't think they will even leave your language, you Dutch, you Germanics, you Scandinavians. So you are already part and parcel of this war. So join it fully. You maximize the chances of Ukraine winning too. You minimize the chances of those orcs or lizard-like ball, as I call them, from coming your way. What are you waiting on? This is it, folks. The history is being made now. So it's either positive for you, Dutch, Germanics, and Scandinavians. It's either positive or negative. You either continue. This is the Shakespeare moment. To be or not to be, that is the question. To fight Russia off now or not to fight off Russia now, to be is the question. You're already part and parcel of this war. Have at it. Send the airplanes and send the pilots. And if Russia comes to from the west, come to raid your country from the ocean and so on, hit them there as well. Remember, you did also, I think it was Norway, when the Nazis came around, right, and they fired at their ships, right? They had no choice because eventually, the Nazis, I don't want to say Germans, German people are great people. They came into the country anyway, right? As far as I'm concerned, they conducted that erroneously. But nonetheless, this is it now for Russia. You can't allow those people to come in, folks. Otherwise, this Northwest Europe, you have we used to on typewriters, they used to do white out, right? So take that bottle, bring gigantic big bottle of white out and go on the map and just white it out of all its names and borders and show that Genghis Khan and his grandson Hulagu, show them as sitting on your shoulders, similar to that Sinbad. What's it? Sinbad, that Lord of the Sea or something like that, when he goes onto an island and then he finds this very powerful creature who cannot walk, and then he convinces him that he needs to move him from one place to another. Once he's on his shoulders, he plucks his legs, right? And then Sinbad cannot move anymore, right? But then there was a ploy or a trick. He made him drink alcohol, schnapps maybe, right? And then he fell off. Fox, these guys come with their vodka already brewed. Dutch people, you're already at that war. There's no reason to procrastinate anymore. Don't just send the airplanes, send the pilots as well. You fight that war too. Same thing goes for Sweden. Oh, they're coming your way, motherfucker. I'm sorry. You very brave people. You already manufacture your own airplanes, so nobody is going to tell you not to send them or fight. Have a nice day. And today, not tomorrow, is the critical decision. You either be or you don't be anymore. And you know what? Some of you may say, well, we don't want to be anymore. But look what they're going to do to your population. If you really value your people and your country and your population, regardless, even if you don't believe in Norway anymore, or Sweden anymore, or Germany anymore. And some people just don't believe that. And at the end of the day, countries are just countries, right? Right? But it's what these guys, the post-Stalinians, are going to do to your people. And that has been proven. When I started talking like this a year ago, everybody was like, oh, look at this guy, doom and gloom. And, well, you saw what they done in Ukraine, even though Ukrainians are pretty close to them in race and religion and history and so on. Look what they're doing to them. Look what they've done in Georgia. Look what they've done in Chechnya and Abkhazia. All these are people, white people, right, like you, right? Now is the time, not tomorrow. Good day, my friends.